G'day folks, welcome to this introduction and quick overview of Night Drop 2 Pegasus Bridge. This is a game by Laurent, Closier, graphics by Olivier, Revenu. This is pretty light game, focused on 6 Airborne Division's drops in the evening of the 5th, 6th of June, prior to the D-Day landings on the 6th of June. So we have got, just to give you some context, this is the Orne River and the Caen Canal. Caen is over here on the right, and basically you've got Gold Juno Sword Beach kind of down bottom left, with the coast east of kind of the D-Day beaches just off map around here. So what you're looking at is the 3 drop zones of the 6th Airborne Division, 3rd Para Brigade. I think this is the 5th Para Brigade. And then you've got the other elements of the 3rd Para Brigade over here. So you've got green and blue. They've got 2 different drop zones, right? And then you've got the 5th Para Brigade kind of in the center. The way it works is you place stacks of sticks, these little counters, the very tiny ones, in the drop hexes, all right, the little circles here. You then roll for scatter. So one D6 will indicate direction. The second D6 indicates range. So these units go spreading out all over the place. And then that's quite a lengthy setup. So you place the sticks, they scatter, and you've got these little tokens all over the place face down. You then get to the kind of turn phase. You can see here I'm on turn 5. You start with 4 night turns, and you would normally roll for initiative. The British get initiative on the first turn. Highest roll goes first. The British either activate 5th Para, red units in the center, or green and blue on the flanks. And at night, their movement is very limited. They are slowly moving these sticks together. Once you have at least 2 of these units in a hex together, you can reveal them. And if you have a leader or an HQ, you can instantly replace those sticks with a para company. If not, as in the case in some situations, so here I have two platoons. Down here I have 2 platoons. I think there's platoons under here as well. In that case, you have to keep the weak sticks together, and they have to basically consolidate. So this is what's happening over here. These units are trying to, well, they'll have to, they won't be able to do much. This is a rare case. Up here, these sticks might move up to here. They can also be used to replenish a reduced company. All right, so if this company here engages in combat and takes a step loss, my sticks can move to replenish them. Okay, so that's basically what you're doing. A large part of what you're doing during the first 4 night turns, bringing these units together, consolidating, reorganizing, regrouping into these para companies. Now I'm in the first day turn, and so that's what the British are doing. They have 2 basically activation phases. They're activating the red on one and the green and blue on the other. The Germans have a couple of choices. It's quite interesting. They can either activate red, and they actually move. They roll dice to indicate how many unknown sticks they move. When I say unknown, as in they're on their hidden side. They haven't been revealed. Unrevealed sticks. They move these unrevealed sticks. So they're actually trying to scatter these para. It's interesting. The Germans are actually moving these sticks to disadvantageous positions around the map to make it harder for these groups to come together. They can activate green and blue. Roll 2d6, that's how many they activate. Or, I think it's they roll 1d6 and they bring in that many reinforcements. So here are the German reinforcements in this cup. They come onto the board, they're revealed by the Germans, or the German player reads it and places it in their setup hex. Now let me get a bit closer to the map so you can see what's going on. Okay, so this is a view of the map. Kind of, I've got the camera just above where Colin would be, looking north towards the beaches with what became known as Pegasus Bridge, and Horsa Bridge is out here on the left here. This is sort of west looking north. So the Germans come in these reinforcement hexes. You can see A here. So they secretly look at a unit. This is an A unit. You place them in the A reinforcement, and they are placed, as you can see across, well, you can't really see much, sorry, with this angle, but they are placed with a hidden move marker on them. Now, the German player will know what this is, the Allies will not. There are also victory points. So what we're striving for here are objectives, and random VP markers are placed on all these objectives. So the Germans will know what these are, the Allied player will not. Conversely, there are also other victory objectives that the Germans are striving towards. So the Germans will know sort of where and what the valuable VP objectives are out in the east. These are the bridges across the Dives River. So there's quite a lot of fog of war. You've got all these German forces kind of moving around without the Allies knowing what they are. There's these victory objectives, and the Allies don't know what they are. And then you've got all these sort of, here are a lot of the 3rd Power Brigade. They were scattered a lot, and the Germans really targeted them. So they're still coming together. We still don't have one of these blue elements companies, I think they are, that have entered play yet. So yeah, we don't know what these are. We've only had 2 come together, and they're both platoons, I think. So yes, that's a lot of fog of war to this. It's not an easy game to solo for that reason, and to address that, I'm basically playing with full fog of war, where not even the Germans know what these objectives are. Not even the Germans know what their units are. I'm basically looking at the setup hex, placing them there, placing them under those unknown markers, and that's all. You may have noticed the confusion marker over here. So because the Germans had the initiative for 2 turns in a row, the British get to place a confusion marker on a German unit. Quite a few Germans coming in from that direction. So they've placed the marker on this unit to slow it down. It'll halve their movement rate, I think. So combat is fairly straightforward. You have attack factors and defense factors. So these guys here from 5th Para have attack of 4, defense of 4. When they attack, I'll reveal the Germans, and then basically both sides roll a d6, and they add that value to their attack or defense factor. So we've had some combat down here in Benneville, where this pretty strong German armoured unit came on and tried to attack the Paras here. They failed miserably. They were first forced to retreat, so they had to pull back. On their second attack, they came straight back in at full strength, and the Allies have just rolled very well on defence. Very lucky. Stacking is only 3 units, so they can't have any more than that. But that second attack caused a step loss and a retreat to the German unit. So yeah, basically if you've got multiple units, you pick a lead unit, and then every additional unit you add to combat adds basically +1 to your modifier, and then you roll the dice and add that to the value, and whoever has the most wins combat. The difference between the rolls determines the effect, whether or not it's a step loss or a retreat, or a step loss and a retreat. There are certain benefits for terrain, so there is kind of a little terrain effects chart, which is really straightforward. It just adds to the defender's combat modifier. So just +1 or +2 in most cases. Different types of terrain also have different movement rates. So it might be half a movement point for moving along a road, to 2 movement points for moving through marsh hexes. So yeah, not an overly complex game. Good fog of war. It plays very fast. So as I said, I'm already only five turns in, and it plays very quickly. 1 mapper. Yeah, that's about it, folks. That is Night Drop 2, Pegasus Bridge. Thanks for watching. Take care.